everybody, what is up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a really exciting video. I know how much you guys love the financial content on my channel, my monthly resets, my budgeting, all that kind of stuff. So I thought it was only fair to sit down and give you guys an in-depth 2022 financial goals and how I plan on achieving them. And a lot of these are more habits than goals, which is why I wanted to sit down and talk about them a bit more in depth. If you guys haven't already, make sure you go check out my prepping for 2022 video where we set our 22 goals for 2022. We do a vision board, we do a bit of a cleanup and just like refresh for a new year because some of these financial goals are in there and that's a great place to start. But I knew I wanted to film a complete in-depth 2022 financial goals video because some of these didn't make it onto like my main 22 goals because that was more like generic lifestyle, health, relationship, traveling, but my financial goals are still extremely important to me, and so I wanted them to have their own video, and maybe this will inspire you guys because setting financial goals can be a bit difficult. So I have my bullet journal where I've written down my goals. I have a nice homemade cup of coffee from the French press and I'm really excited. So honestly, without further ado, let's just jump into it. So this will be kind of more of a chatty video, so if you guys want to have this on while you're planning in the background, it's just going to be me talking. There's not going to be any like planners or anything you need to look at. So put this on while you're doing whatever, maybe working out, maybe planning your year out, maybe doing your monthly budget. I just thought we could chat and catch up. So my first goal is to save $10,000. It's a big number. Okay, I know, but between saving for the house last year and everything that came with the house, like property taxes and then owing on my taxes, my savings were pretty bare minimum last year. I'm only carrying over $3,000 in savings, which is still better than nothing, but I want to get that up to $10,000, which means I'll have to save around $7,000 this year. I'm still trying to come up with like my concrete strategy on that. As you guys know, I obviously have a 9-to-5 in YouTube, and YouTube is pretty much like my spending money, my short-term savings, emergency fund, everything like that. My 9-to-5 just funds my bills and my personal spending. But I've been going back and forth on it. Originally, I had said I just want to save $500 a month, and that is my, I want to say, main goal. If I save $500 a month at least, I'll get to that $10,000 by the end of the year. However, I'm also toying with the idea of setting a certain stream of income as my savings and like not budging on it. This year I was like, oh, my YouTube money is going to go to my savings. Did that happen? No. Like I experienced lifestyle creep. Things came up. It is what it is. But in 2022, I think I want to be better about that and be firm on myself and say like, my AdSense is my savings money. Undecided what I want to do with my brand deal money, but that's the more sporadic because I don't always guarantee a certain amount of brand deals every month. And that money I might not see for 2 months, I might not see for 6 months, I might see it in a week after doing the brand deal. It's all over the place. For 2022, my goal is to save at least $10,000. If it's more, that's great. But that is my main goal. And with that being said, my plan is to save my AdSense every month and put that into my savings. And it will be more than $500 a month. Right now, I'm kind of in between $1,500 to $3,000 a month. But giving myself that lower number in my head makes it a lot more attainable, which will bring me into my next like habit or goal for the year. But $500 a month is my minimum, and if it's more than that, great. YouTube is not promised. We don't know what's going to happen with social media. I mean, we know it's not going anywhere anytime soon, but I never want to rely on that money. So my goal for 2022 is to save at least $10,000 with the $3,000 I already have. So technically saving $7,000 at least. And my AdSense every month is going right into my savings. I'm literally not touching it. I actually just changed my AdSense today in my settings so that it goes right into my savings account and not into my checkings that I have to move, because that's when I tend to take some for myself, you know, when I'm like, ooh, there's $2,000 from YouTube. And it's like, I'm gonna give myself $500, I'm gonna pay off my credit card with $500, and then the rest can go in savings. It's going right into savings and we're not touching it at all. My big one, obviously, make a financial goal that works for you. Savings are great wherever you're at. Maybe you're paying off debt. My main goal right now is saving. Don't compare where you're at with where I'm at. Yeah. I said some of these are going to be habits. Is I want to be better about separate credit card use. I am the worst at piling things on one credit card and getting stressed at the end of the month because I don't know how much to pull from my business account. I don't know how much to ask Matt to e-transfer me more. I don't know how much is my own spending. I'm so bad about it. And I literally have separate credit cards for a reason. I don't even use my business credit card. Like, I need to be better this year, because the way I've decided to do it this year is business credit card. Anything business related goes on there. I don't care if it's something I split with Matt, if it's like a business trip, like business is going on that credit card. Then I have my personal spending credit card, which is the credit card I tend to put everything on because I get points. It's my Neo credit card, but it gets really confusing when it's my personal spending. And then I'm also trying to figure out like what to ask Matt to e-transfer me half for. It's just a lot. So I also have a Visa, which has a pretty low limit, and that is going to be my card for groceries, takeout, coffee, anything I split with Matt. And then at the end of the month, we're going to split that bill and pay it off. And then my Neo credit card will be all of my personal spending. So that's gas. I guess if I'm going to a coffee shop by myself, if I'm going to Winners, anything like that. And I want to be a lot better about that this year because I suck at it. Obviously, if you have one credit card, that's totally fine. But where I'm at in my life, and since Matt and I don't share a bank account, it's too chaotic. And I just like separating things. You guys know that I have like 8 savings accounts. I like everything to be separate. It's just, I'm a visual person. It's just how I am. Okay, the next one, I'm sure people can relate to from working from home, but no one talks about it, is that when I'm bored on my lunch breaks, because I live in the suburbs, I just go shopping. Yeah, I know, okay? I know, it's something I need to work on. So this kind of is like more lifestyle and money related, but when I'm bored on my lunch breaks while I'm working from home, I want to do something active, like go for a walk, do a spin class, go to the gym, etc., and not always result to shopping. It's just like, oh, I'll just go walk around HomeSense, because then I'm walking and then I end up walking out with random shit that I don't need. Obviously, sometimes I have to run errands on my lunch break. I'll do groceries. I'll go return a package. But I want to be better about like not just shopping because I'm bored. And that includes online shopping too. Next is for all my home reno gals. I want to have a home renovation fund and just kind of like fund that as needed. So a lot of the times, this month is a good example. Matt and I went to Home Depot and we saw a light that we liked and it was like 60 bucks and we bought it. But I didn't know where to categorize that in my budget, so I took it out of my spending money, when in reality that's like home renovation money. And we're the kind of people that, yes, we plan renovations, big things, but small things, we don't get it on a whim. That's not the right word, but it'll be spontaneous, right? Like we were at Home Depot and we were like, oh, that's a nice light. Let's change one of the lights up, right? It's very spur of the moment, but not in a bad sense. Like we're not impulsive. We just are trying to do things slowly but frequently. So instead of taking that out of my personal spending, I've decided that I'm going to have like a home renovation fund, and I'm going to try and have $500 in there at all times. Obviously, we're never buying anything impulsively that's $500, but that way if we need paint and we decide to get a new piece of furniture off Facebook Marketplace, we're huge Facebook Marketplace people, we have the money there and I don't have to stress about it. So that's something I want to try and have fully funded in the first few months of the year. And then when we get a quote on, let's say, the kitchen or the flooring, and we get that goal amount, then I can increase that savings account and start saving for that. So let's say, I don't know, nobody come at me, I have no idea how much it costs. Let's say our kitchen's gonna cost $4,000, we're gonna split that down the middle. Then I know that I wanna have $2,500 in my house renovation fund or home renovation fund, whatever you want to call it. I just want to be better about having money put aside for things like that, because I don't think it's fair to take that out of like my own personal spending. Okay, the next is to change my money mindset. I was watching one of Melissa Merck's videos the other day and it really resonated with me. I actually wrote down some notes, so if you guys see me looking down, like that's what I'm looking at. But she basically said that she was trying to get out of a saving mindset, which I know sounds super crazy. But instead of thinking save, she said that she started to focus on smart spending, which in return allowed her to save more. It's kind of like being in like a scarcity mindset of I can't buy this because I have to save, and save is like number one in your head. And when you switch to like an abundance mindset and that money comes and money goes and I'm allowed to have a good relationship with money, I feel like that will encourage me to save more, because what she said was spot on, that 2021, all I could think was save, and I didn't have a great relationship with money this year. She also said that when she switched to an abundance mindset, that she was able to control her money better and actually save more. So I really want to get educated on having a better money mindset and being in more of an abundance mindset than a scarcity one. I'm pretty sure Michelle Reed did a whole podcast episode on this, and I'll try and link it down below. It was really great, but I really want to have a better mindset about money, and that money comes and money goes. And I've started thinking like this the last few months of the year, and it's truly made a big difference instead of being like save, 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 save. Obviously we need to save. Saving is important, but changing your mindset is a game changer. Okay, the next is to stop cluttering the house with random stuff and focus on upgrading things. So if you guys didn't know, we bought a townhouse from the 80s this year, and we are slowly but surely starting to upgrade things and renovate. It's in really great condition. The bones of the house are really, really great. We're just kind of, upgrading lights and paint and stuff like that. And I find I spent a lot of money this year at HomeSense to get like decor pieces, which obviously are important to decorate your house. But now I want to focus on upgrading things instead of bringing more clutter into the house, which once again, that's kind of like a lifestyle finance goal together. But for example, instead of going and buying another piece of art that we don't need, I want to upgrade our placemats and find like nice white ones. Or instead of, buying another blanket, I want to put that money towards getting a new dining room table. I really want to focus this year on upgrading the pieces that we have. A lot of this stuff came from our old condo, and obviously that was Matt's first place. He moved in before I did. He bought a lot of stuff off Facebook Marketplace, and this is like more of like our forever home style. This is obviously not our forever home, but we're going to style it that way. And so that involves just upgrading and being more intentional with shopping for home decor. Just moving you guys down a little because I feel like I was like trying to stretch to like be in the frame. My next one is to take advantage of sinking funds. It's not something I really do, ironically, since I budget so much, but I want to have sinking funds for specific things. I love the Mocha app. If you guys are in Canada, this is not sponsored, but it's a really great app where it will take out a certain amount of money from your bank account every week and then also round up your credit card purchases. So for example, I just set up a Christmas present sinking fund. So every week it's going to take out $12, and then by the end of next year, so December 2022, I will have $500 in there. And obviously it wasn't necessarily difficult for me to put aside $500 for Christmas presents, but there's a lot going on at the end of the year, and thinking like, oh, I have to put aside this money when I could just be effortlessly doing it every week without looking at my bank account is just, I feel like, a better way to go about it, instead of in November being like, oh my gosh, $500 transfer right now, shit, what am I going to do to replace that $500? I just think it's kind of a no-brainer. I know a lot of people have sinking funds for different reasons, like if you pay your car insurance in full, or someone's birthday's coming up, a trip's coming up, but I really want to take advantage of sinking funds more, and I truly think that they can be a really, really great thing, but just take the time to kind of reflect what sinking funds obviously work for you. I know a lot of people will probably ask about retirement, but I contribute to my retirement through work, so that's not a goal of mine. However, that can be a really great goal to have. I know I don't really understand the whole like American retirement matching 401k situation, but I urge you guys to look into that if you are like not contributing, or if you can contribute. I'm not really sure how it works, but I think that's a great goal, and I've seen a lot of people put that on their goals this year, and I just wanted to shout it out. Okay, so the next one might not be necessarily like feasible or relatable for everyone. This is like definitely a stretch of a goal for me, but you guys know I'm a hustler. I work hard on my YouTube. I want to have a 5-figure income month, which I know is a huge stretch, but I think I can do it. I was really close in December. My December income is almost $8,000, and I don't mean this to brag, but like, guys, my YouTube channel didn't start making money really until like last year. Like I can't believe it. And yeah, so I really want to grind and do that, and fingers crossed, but I think I could do it if I got my AdSense up more, but that's like a huge goal of mine. I wasn't going to share, but I think it's important maybe in case you have a side hustle and you want to set an attainable, but also have to work hard for goal for your income. But yeah, I try not to set really many income goals because a lot of that does fluctuate. Like you guys watching my videos kind of determines my AdSense every month. But fingers crossed, even if it's in like December of next year, I would be really happy about that. Really happy. Okay, the next one is investing in crypto. I started investing this year. And I get a lot of questions on that actually because I don't really talk about it, but it's not my priority right now. My priority really is saving up that like $10,000, whatever you want to call it, emergency fund, short-term savings. But I do invest through Wealth Simple, and I want to get into crypto this year. Not a lot, but I find crypto really cool. Matt invests in crypto, and it's something that I want to look into and educate myself on more. So that's definitely one of my goals for 2022. And the next one is also a bit of a stretch, and that is to have a 6-figure income year. I'm not gonna say I don't know. We're not putting those vibes out into the universe, but I am determined to make it happen. That is like one of my goals. I want to have a 6-figure like year at the end with my taxes and everything. There's not really much else to stay on it, but that is like one of my goals. If I could do that when I turn 25, that would be pretty sick, and just goes to show you that various streams of income are so important in this day and age. So those are all my financial goals for the year. I think it's really important to state that you don't need to have a lot of financial goals. I actually think it's better to have less financial goals because it gives you the time to focus on those major ones. So for example, if all you set as a goal is saving a certain amount of money, then that's totally fine. You don't even need to have more than one goal. Or if one of your goals is to pay off a certain amount of debt, I think it's really important to have a big goal, work towards that, and maybe have some smaller goals to achieve once you've done that. I didn't overload myself with goals this year. I'm excited to see what 2022 has in store, and I'm really excited for you guys as well. If you guys feel comfortable doing so, obviously share one of your financial goals down below so we can all support each other and make 2022 the best year yet financially for us. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to give this a big thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!